Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Table Team, and welcome to your weekly FPL roundup. How are we doing, Russell?
Yeah, good. It's good for that. We can have a normal midweek catch up with fantasy football and see how everyone did, and maybe even a bit of conversation about it. But yeah, everything's good. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Shall we say? See how it goes.
I've had time to watch some of these other channels, FPL channels.
Yes.
And it seems to me, Russell, it's a lot of low scoring weeks at the moment.
Yeah, it's been for me personally, it was quite frustrating because I had Diaz, Man City. So
Right.
yeah, I think the odd person, it's been the odd player that's done well. If he's like, Matty Cash, for example. So it's been like the odd player here and there that's done well. But in general, in general, I was quite happy with my team. I mean, but like I said, it was quite low scoring, really. So.
You pick up Whites of LUSC. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. And our lovely Harmonie's in the house, even in FPL Warriors. She's taking it really seriously, Harmonie, this year.
I'll tell you what, I was thinking of Harmonie when, how you doing, Peacock Whites? When Haaland missed that penalty, I was like, she's got so lucky. Because he should have had 2 goals and then 3 bonus. When he missed it, I was like, playing with fire there. But he got away with it this week.
Ravinda, hope you're doing well, mate. Good evening, guys, Julie and Harmonie. What about Russ?
Oh, he's the wedding. The wedding's done, is it?
No, I think he's back now.
Oh,
hi, Harmonie. I am well. Good, mate. Good to hear you. I'm well. That's good to hear you, Peacock White. Really good to hear you. Russell, advice.
Russell, advice? You're asking me for advice? Go on, then.
Hey, Robbo. Good evening, Muppets. Kieran straight in there. Good evening, Muppets. Yeah.
Kieran's
still. How are we, Kieran, mate? Hope you're doing well. I love that comment. Good evening, Muppets.
Yeah, so fantasy was quite an interesting read, really. So I'll be intrigued to see what people think in the comments. I mean, I can't remember how you got on, Stu. We'll have a bit later, don't we? So, oh, you haven't looked? Oh, you haven't seen anything?
Nope.
And what's also interesting with fantasy football for Saturday is because the deadline's Friday, it's going to be interesting because I know there's a game Friday night. Is there a game every Friday night? It seems to be every Friday night there's a game right now. Is that going to be a regular thing going forward? But possibly you could probably want to sign someone, depending on how the transfers pan out on deadline night. You might find there's a couple of players you might want for next week.
Well,
could be remember, aren't options right now. But could be options.
Week, because it's international break after this weekend.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Well, for the next game week. Then. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I keep forgetting it's international break. Yeah.
So Vinda wants advice from you.
He's studying and thinking of his team. Is that what you're studying? Your team? Is that you're studying your fantasy team?
Yeah, all good off the back of a very good game week for me. We'll have to wait and see how you did, Kieran, mate.
It was all
pushing my team to you. You too. Right, well, look, guys. Do you want to start getting straight into these?
What we can do is obviously we can go through the kind of a quick look for the league, but actually between looking at teams and we can just generally talk about ideas for next game week, anything that's come up in fantasy football. Kind of chat as we do it, can't we? Really. So it's it's not just about going through the teams, but we can also just talk fantasy football in between. Yeah. Are you got a stream tonight, Stu?
No, mate. I'm free. I'm free. Yep.
Okay.
No stream tonight. No. You've got me all to your lonesome tonight, Russell. All to your lonesome.
So we've got no Lee or Liam then?
No, it's just me and you, mate. Just me and you tonight.
Punishment for the viewing people, then.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it? Right. So in 23rd is our Adam, who's been getting a little bit naughty lately in comments, especially after the Salford game.
Oh, really?
My man,
Was he disappointed? Was he disappointed with getting knocked out? Was he?
yeah, he said that we praised Salford, for getting early goal and defending that for all the night. And Adam, the one having it, don't defend that team from them and stuff. We want interest from Adam.
I only watched the second half, but I wasn't bothered anyway. In all honesty.
Right, so this is Adam's team. Let's start with his goalkeeper. His vice captain, Allison, 5 points. Estepurian, 1 point. Laporte, 0. Konza, 2. McAllister, 2. Song, 3. Foden, 4. Saka, 8. Welbeck, 1. Gakpo, 1. Haaland, 8. Is that one of his lowest returns, Russell?
Well, no, he's got a couple of games. I mean, he got a goal, but he's got games where he's only got 2 points before. So no, it's not his lowest return. But
he officially he got 4 points, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's had games where he's only got 2 points. So it was frustrating because he missed a penalty. I mean, if he's chasing people like Harmonie, obviously it'd be really nice if he scored the penalty because he'd probably got 3 bonus as well. So it did feel like one that got away that one.
Did well with his bench, all zeroed. Raya, Brownhill, Ream, and Dyer.
Is he actually playing the game? I'm confused.
Yeah, he's playing it. Yeah. He's playing it.
Okay. Yeah, he needs a lot of work in that team. Hell of a lot of work.
I think so.
I like some picks, the very random picks, but I like it.
5 top champions. I am as well. Wow, I was there. Looking forward to doing my first live of my own soon. I can't. Yeah, let us know when that's going to be, Robbo, and let us know, mate, when you're going to start going live. Kieran, what was that all about? Mind the gap during the deadline stream, Russell. Close the gap to 10 points. I'd be looking over my shoulder if I were you.
In all honesty, I was expecting a lot more. I thought Kieran would be top the way I was talking last year. So for him to even be behind me, I mean, Kieran was this demigod from what I could make out, but I don't know. I don't see much of it yet.
Ooh, fighting talk from our expert, Russell. Avinda says, bring it on.
Do you like that film? Do you like that film, do you, Avinda? Do you like cheerleaders in America?
Right, so he's 23rd. In 22, he's brother Wally from America, Team Cheese Steak, with 32 points this week. Pope, his vice captain, Pope, 1. Virgil, -2. James, 0. Ben White, 1. Luis Diaz, 1. Anthony, 2. Salisbury, 2. Sterling, 19. Great pick. Havertz, 1. And then Wilson with 2 and Watkins with 5. And then on bench, he's got Anderson with 2, Stones with 0, Cancelo 0, Isaac 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, is he another player that's actually engaged playing with the game? He's got a lot of injuries. Is he actually making transfers? He hasn't made any transfers. I'll be unsure if he's playing, but Sterling's can really come through. I like his pick. He's got really random picks. He's got that Liverpool midfielder. I won't go on about. I don't know. Can't even say his name. Anthony and Havertz. So he has gone different. He's got no Haaland. But I suspect, I don't know if he's playing it or not.
Yeah, he is. He just didn't know how to switch players about.
Okay then. So, well, if he's watching, he just needs a bit of help, doesn't he? So, yeah, if you want any advice, I mean, he needs to do a lot to that team, doesn't he? Because he's got, I think Cancelo's going to Barcelona. James is out, and Van Dijk's suspended, and he's got Stones injured. So he's got 2 transfers to use, so he needs to use
them. Kieran says, funnily enough, Russell led the season. Russell led the season is 38 game weeks, not 3.
Oh, gee, I never knew that. I know now.
I've been studying his team and going for the top, maybe a wild card or not. Well, he only just figured out how to switch players and make subs. I see him improving.
Right, yeah. So it's all learning. That's good. As long as he's trying, that's the main thing.
And brother Lawrence, hope you're doing well, brother. Hello, everyone from Lexington, Kentucky, USA. Come on, you Irons. Second in league at West Ham.
I know they've had a good start. I mean, I can't quite believe they beat Brighton. His stats were horrendous. It was like Salford versus Leeds, those stats, but they came out with a 3-1 win. But I think they've spent the Rice money well, though. So, yeah, on a side note, they've been sensible with that money.
Avinda says hi to brother Lawrence. Amanda saying hi to Lawrence as well. Avinda, thumbs up, thumbs up. I am chasing you and table top 4 champions.
Well, actually, we'll go. I don't know where Avinda is, actually. I'm intrigued now. I completely forgot, because Avinda's been away for a couple of weeks, hasn't he? So, yeah.
So, next one up is Haaland Globetrotters. This is Paul's thing.
What I love about this guy is I love his transfers.
7.
So he only took a minus 24. So he came out with 13 points.
Turner in goal with 3. But Wan-Bissaka 0, Esteparian 1, Ben Chilwell 6. Chilwell seems to be a good pick.
Yeah.
Matoma 1, Foden 4, Martinelli 2, Son 3. To say he's made so many changes, that midfield, he didn't pay off for him, did it? At all. He didn't recoup a quarter of his points back.
I mean, it's not a bad midfield, but he got unlucky because Matoma got 1, Foden was ill. Martinelli's not really done that well. And I still think Son's a brilliant fantasy asset, but he hasn't done it yet. But Son can really go kick off when he goes, but not this week again.
I'll keep it on that comment so I don't get confused. Matoma, right. So Jackson 7. He seems to be a good player, Russell. That Jackson from Chelsea. Yeah,
I was watching that game because I had an interest in it, and I can't say I was that impressed with him for the first 50 minutes. I was like, God, this guy, he's giving the ball away and falling over, but got the goal, so that's the main thing. So yeah.
Alvarez got 2 points, and Captain Haaland got 8.
Yeah, that bench.
A lot of points on his bench. Yeah. Areola 5, Saka 8, Saliba 1, and Undogi 12.
Yeah, that hurts. 26 points on the bench. Wow. But who's this guy? What's his name? It's Paul. Paul, if you're watching or you hear about it, you can do a wild card. You didn't have to take a minus 24. I'm not sure if he knows how to do a wild card, because it's very rare you see that many points on transfer. So if he was going to do that many transfers, you should have really just done a wild card.
I agree. Avinda says that he's chasing you, Russell. You all as well. Watch out.
It's good. Like I say, I mean, it's been a lot of people have good starts this year, and yeah, I mean, well, we'll get on to mine. It's not really spectacular, but steady Eddie this so far.
Sorry, Amani, but when you said hi, Larry, I thought you were speaking directly to Larry, my dark horse for this season, because she says I will repeat. Larry is my dark horse for this season. Sorry, Amani, I thought you were talking directly to Larry, because I thought you were talking to Larry. That's why I didn't read it out, Amani, my lovely. Minus 24 points. Yeah, we all started somewhere, Ravinda, when we first started FPL, mate. It's like these drivers who get really frustrated with a learner in front of them. Once upon a time, they were learners too.
I know. But it is, you don't see many minus 24s, do you? So that is
no. I think at maximum I do were minus 12.
Oh, that's funny.
That was last season.
I mean, if you're going to do that much, it's just that is wildcard territory. I mean, I would be using a wild. If I'm thinking of doing that many transfers, I'd be thinking of doing a wild card.
But look at Liam. Liam, he made 6 transfers, minus 16 points.
I know. I only just saw 6 minus. Why did it minus 16?
So he really got 24 points, didn't he?
Yes.
24 points he got.
Who did he bring in?
Paul,
he did them all. He did all of them in one go.
Pope 1, Colwell 6, Estepioria 1, Saliba 1, Foden 4, Saka 8, Matoma 1, Martinelli 2, Rashford 7, Haaland 8, João Pedro 1. On the bench, he had Sarkic with 0, Sergio Gomez with 0, Woodrow with 0, and Alexander Arnold with 1. I'm a bit concerned about Alexander Arnold.
Yeah, I got to admit.
Russell.
I mean, I for a lot of pre-season, he was in my team, and I really thought he's going to be in midfield, but I really feel like I've dodged a bit of a bullet with him so far. I think he'll come good because he will come good eventually, but he's been poor, hasn't he, to start with? So,
Yeah.
I as good as he is, I'd thought you'd got a lot more from him. So yeah, he has been frustrating. What I like about this team is he did 6 transfers, but he kept João Pedro, who's a rotation risk, and also he put Alexander Arnold as his third option on the bench. Brilliant, genius. So, but yeah, I mean,
That's
it's a good
probably
team.
why Liam didn't want to come on today for.
Well, Liam's an odd one because he's erratic, isn't he? Sometimes he does really well, and other times he's just.
Does it remind you of me a bit, Russell?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it could be. I think he can go to extremes, but he's he'll be telling me next season already.
I think he already is.
But like you say, I mean, it's so early in the season. There's only a couple of points between loads of people. You think there's a massive gap between everyone. It's not really that big, really. You can make up a lot of points quite quickly.
Brother Lawrence is saying they get to a man. Having this get rid of Onana.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I've got to admit, he has disappointed since his first game. I was expecting a bit more from him.
He's a bit rash, isn't he? Help my team on, Russell.
Well, yeah. Write your questions in the comments, Avinda.
Yeah, ask what sort of help do you want from Russell, Avinda?
Yeah, you keep saying help me, but just put it in the comments. When we read
tell him what you need help with.
Yeah, we read
got
the comments.
Got my eye on Kudos for some after the international break. He will fly. Boom. Yep, I like you, Kudos. I really
Who's
do.
that, the West Ham player?
Yes.
What is he? Is he an attacking midfielder, is he?
Attacking midfielder.
Okay. Vinda, help me with anything. Well, what does that mean? I can't just help you with anything. You got any Pacifics?
Right, so next on list is sorry guys, is watch along Gary, my watch along partner on his channel. No, it's not. It's Dad's Army. What a name for a team. Love that name. Absolutely love it. I wish I'd have thought of that.
Dad's Army.
Yeah, I love the show. I think it's brilliant. Yeah. 38 points. Yep. Onana, vice captain 0. Alexander Arnold 1, Martinez 1, Estepioria 1. Not a great start with his defenders, is it?
Yeah, I was going to say that his defence has really punished him. He's got 3 points from 4 players in defence. That's harsh.
It is, isn't it? Matoma 1, Rice 2. I wouldn't have thought Declan Rice is a FPL asset, really.
No, he's more.
So if you're watching this, if you ever watch this, Dad's Army, get rid of Rice if I were you, seriously. Saka 8, Rashford 7, Martinelli 2. Be disappointed with Martinelli, Russell, before I go on. I've been really disappointed with him.
Yeah, he has been disappointed. Yeah, he was someone I was semi-looking at, but yeah, I think he's a rotation minutes risk for me. But I mean, I went Odegaard because I always felt Odegaard was safer with his minutes. I think you're guaranteed to get good minutes out of Odegaard.
I like his front two, though, Haaland and Jackson.
Yeah, he's engaged. I mean, I look at the defence. You think, well, actually, defence. If you actually look at his defence, it's not a bad defence because you'd have expected Martinez and Onana to probably not concede so much against Forest. Estupiñán's a good pick, and Alexander Arnold's still a good pick. So, just one of those weeks in defence for him.
And then on bench, he had Flecken with 4. Aguerd with 0. Boller with 2. I don't know who Boller with 0. I don't know who Boller is. Is that like Willie Boller?
I don't know. He plays for Wolves. Yeah.
Right. And then João Pedro with 1.
Yeah, João Pedro. I mean, after the first game week, I was like, well, this could be a problem. He's a 5.5 midfielder, forward. He's on penalties, but there was a little bit of me thinking, could he get rotated? And it has really proven that he's getting heavily rotated, isn't he? He must be. If you own João Pedro, he must be very frustrating to own.
Well, I own him, and I've got 1 transfer left, but I know what I'm doing with my transfer straight away. So I'll be sorted for countdown to deadline. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I am thinking as well. Check my team study. We'll come to your team in a minute. Avinda, don't you worry, mate. Don't you worry. We'll check it. Brother Lawrence is laughing. He said,
I think he was laughing because I said, I need you to ask me specifically who's anything. So what does that mean? Help with anything? What? Do you want help about life or your bills? General chit chat?
Robo Peacock White Chevalier C says, I couldn't do this FPL. I didn't think I could do it, Robo, but it's good.
You could do it. You could do it. It is confusing to look at. Yeah. It's very confusing if you're not kind of engaged with it.
Harmonie's giving Avinda some help. Play a different game, Avinda, like chess.
Well, I think fantasy football's kind of like chess.
Or Snap.
Yeah, I think you could look at fantasy football as kind of like a chess game because you are manoeuvring people into positions, aren't you? You're manoeuvring players to kind of get your points. So it's kind of like a chess game in a weird way.
I am smart at Fantasy Premier League.
And
they went, Snap. Agree, Martinelli has been disappointed so far. Adam says, good evening, good evening, man. Good evening, Adam. Hope you're going to be here today, Mr. Man. Only teasing you, Avinda. Clever as well, smart player, like Pep. I am Pep Master Tactics. Yeah. I am a smart player. No, not with it's not. This is FPL, mate. Not on the FPL, mate. This is where we talk about numbers and stuff, Adam.
Does he come on your lead streams? Does he?
Yeah, that's Adam who comes on to the lead.
Okay, fair enough.
Chess moving players to their upcoming matches.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at Lawrence. It is kind of. I do look at fantasy football as kind of like it is quite a strategic game, to be honest with you.
So Lee's gone down to 18th. He's
got okay.
He's made 1 transfer. Is Edison with 2 points. Virgil -2. He's not happy with Virgil.
No,
Van Dijk is not happy with him at all. Diop 1. Matty Cash 17.
Oh, he had Matty Cash. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow. He's got virtually all his points from 1 player.
Saliba 1. Solly March 2. Mitoma 1. Wilson 2. Watkins 5. Haaland 8 and Wilson 1. That's his bench. Onana with 0, Bailey with 0, White with 1, and Leslie with 2.
I'll be honest with you, I think he's got quite a bit to do because he's got so much money on the bench.
Yeah.
Lee, if you're watching, you need some serious stuff into your trunk. You need to get that team.
I think he's put White in place for Virgil van Dijk this week.
Yeah, but they've got Man United. They have got Man United, though. It's tough. It's tough. It's very interesting, but he's got Wilson. You don't see Harry Wilson on hardly anyone's team, so that's an interesting thing. In fact, he's got 2 Fulham players. Why has he got 2 Fulham players? I just noticed that. Fascinating.
And he said that Avinda says he's not releasing his tactics. He's learned that from you, Russell.
That's funny. Yeah, a bit of a
Right,
bad
so-
week for Lee, and I would suggest I think Lee's got quite a bit to do as well. Not looking at that team because I'm surprised how much money he's got on the bench.
I think he's got money in bank as well, I believe.
Madman. But having cash, that's really come through for you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a clean sheet, I mean, that's basically one player's got half his points.
Well, I mean, so he's. I think he'll have one transfer next week, but he's on about bringing in 2 Chelsea boys. He didn't tell me which ones. He won't tell me.
Okay, then. He has learned from me.
Yeah, he's learned. He's not daft. He's learned quick. Next one up on list is now it's Gary's turn. We're watching on part of Gary. 31 points, 1 transfer.
Yeah.
Edison with 2, Saliba 2, 1, Ake 2. First time I've seen Ake's name mentioned so far.
Yeah.
White with 1, Matt Target, that's at Target with 1. Rashford with 7, March with 2, Mitoma 1, Haaland 8, Watkins 5, Wilson 1. The one with Wilson.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And on a bench, Matthews with 0, Bailey with 0, Schlupp with 2, and Ayew with 5.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's not a bad-looking team. I mean, the double up of Man City was unfortunate. Now, when we get to my team, it was frustrating because they scored in like the 87th minute, and it was really a self-inflicted goal. You know what I mean? It was from Walker not playing the percentages, and they scored. The ball kind of bounced around the 18-year-old, kind of kept deflecting to their players, and they scored from it. So could have had a lot better week because he had double Man City. And let's be honest, probably Fulham could have not scored against Arsenal. So quite unfortunate in defence. Could have been a really good score for him.
Well, this is Harry's team, unlikely. I'm surprised by this. He's made 4 transfers, minus 8 points. Now he were in league last season with Harry Peterson. Okay. Leno with 5, Estepurian with 1, Zinchenko with 1, Trippier with 0, Bruno Fernandes 12, Mitoma 1, Martinelli 2, and Mbemo 2. And up front he had Nketiah with 5, Haaland with 8, and Watkins with 5. His bench, it's Anana with 0, Stones with 0, Shaw with 0, Enzo with 2. That's some good money set on bench, isn't it?
Yeah, that is a lot. But I mean, obviously, Stones and Shaw. Who did he have in goal? Well, he went Leno in goal. That's interesting. Yeah, Shaw's out for quite a while. So if you had Shaw, that's a nightmare now. But 3-4-3. You don't see many 3-4-3s around. I love 3-4-3. So it's good to see a 3-4-3 on the screen.
Kieran says, got to head off to conjure up some dinner. Think I'll do the leftover Chinese with some soup. See you guys at deadline, Muppets.
That's conjure something up. Conjure something up.
Why did you say I'm going to go mix them up?
Yeah.
We used last night's tape leftovers. I would have done it better.
I tell you what, you got to go and conjure up your team, mate. That's what you got to go and conjure up.
Right now, it's my team. Remember, I said if I could start my team again, I would. I made 1 transfer. I got 51 points. Anana with 0, Estepurian with 1, Ondogie with 12, Saliba 1, Rashford 7, Bruno Fernandes 12, Mitoma 1, Odegaard 2, James Ward-Prowse 6, Haaland 8, and Joe Pedro 1. On the bench, I had Flecken with 4, Mbama with 0, Bayer with 0, and Alexander Arnold with 1.
Pretty solid score. I mean, great picker with the Spurs defender. Ward-Prowse has been brilliant, hasn't he? He's got a price rise. So a lot of people are now looking at him and think, has he got a price rise? I thought he did have a price rise. Pedro's a problem for you. What are you thinking of doing with Alexander Arnold?
Well, this week I only had 1 transfer, and I know exactly what I'm doing with it. Remember, I had Maddison, and I took him out thinking that he were going to be out with an injury.
Yeah, well,
But
he could have been out. It was thought he was going to be out. So,
but I'm running him straight back into my side.
well, what about Joe Pate? What do you think of Alexander Arnold then?
Well, for this week, because I've already got one transfer, and I don't want to use up. I don't. I think that's the first time you've ever seen my team. Well, I've got a minus next to it.
No, I was going to say you've only had one transfer, isn't it? So it's a pretty solid score though. Average is 44, 51. That's all okay. It's fine.
But yeah, I think next week I will take out Alexander Arnold. I think.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, we can look at that on deadline, then, which will be a Friday, ironically, won't it? So I was just intrigued because obviously, if you've got him, he's probably quite frustrated right now, isn't he? So
you see, I don't mind him sitting on my bench. You know what I mean? I don't mind him sitting on my bench, and if one of my defenders do get injured, I won't be disappointed bringing him in as a replacement for any of them three.
Okay, then. Well, double your. Oh no, I'm looking at the other team. I've already moved on to the other one. Right, but yeah, so 51 points, Stu. Solid. Not spectacular.
I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. Calm the insults down. Small fry. Hopefully a good week this week. I hope you're out of India. Highest score as well. Go for another transfer -4, Stu. Yeah, I love it. I love it, Lawrence. Love it.
Lawrence, I actually think he was hinting about that because he's on about Joe Pedro, but then you at the end of it, you went, "Oh, I need to get Alexander and Arnold, get rid of Alexander Arnold as well." So that'll give you a minus transfer if you did both. So you can only really do one.
I'm not panicking yet. I'm not panicking yet. I got a good week. Okay. So I'm all right. I'm doing well. My strategy's working. I don't know what my strategy is, but it's working.
Well, your strategy is to get the first million, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'm a long way off from that, mate. A long way off.
Yeah, but again, it's so early in the season. You have one really good week, you'll fire up the leagues. So
Nocturne moderators. What a name.
Exactly.
55 points this week, though. Ariola with 5. Apparently he pulled us. Well, I know he pulled off 1 or 2 good saves, but apparently he pulled off a few more good saves for West Ham.
Well, if Brighton hadn't scored that late goal, he'd have got bonus. Plus, he'd have probably got about 12 to 15 points out of him.
Wow.
He had got 9 saves, which is 3 extra points. So it could have been spectacular from Ariola.
But look at this. Chilwell, 6. Colwell, 6. Estepurian, 1. It's not a bad start, is it?
No, the defense, good defense there. Good defense.
Mbamo with 2. Salah with 5. Bruno Fernandes, 12. Mitoma, 1. Rashford, 7. Wizza, vice captain, 2. Haaland, captain, 8. On the bench, he had Leno with 5. Bale with 0. Oslo with 1. And Baldock with 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Must be a Sheffield United fan.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Seeing Matoma and Bummo were with points of altogether of 3 was very happy for me this week. I was very happy with that. So it's like, yeah, about time they slowed down.
I am chasing table top 10 top 1 place. Larry, is the NFL game similar to this, -4s, etc.? No, man, it is different. You join a league and no one has the same players. Wow. You have a draft and select your players. Notchton Mod is Inky's team. That's Inky's. Go on, Inky. Not a bad team, that. How many transfers did he make? 1. Right, next team, next one on list is where are we? It's Avinda, who's in 12th.
Ooh, let's have a look.
1 transfer this week. Anana with 0, Estepurian 1, Chilwell 6, Guardial 2, Rashford 7, Matoma 1, Saka 8, Grealish 7, Jackson, great pick 7, Gakpo 1, Haaland 8. On the bench, Bentley with 0, Powell with 2, Bayer with 0, and Mudryk with 0.
And it's another 3-4-3. Interesting.
Yeah.
3-4. I mean, you look at the team. I mean, 3-Man City. I mean, Grealish. He's gone down in price, but he's getting 90 minutes constantly, isn't he? Oh, he didn't play against Burnley. Sorry, he didn't play against Burnley. But Grealish is an interesting one because he's a good player, but doesn't really seem to do well. Do spectacularly well in fantasy football, but feels like someone just always ticks over. The Man City defender, again, that's unlucky because could have had a clean sheet out of that, but Sheffield United scored late on. Gakpo up front's interesting. He's not really done much so far at all, has he? At all.
No, he'd be a player I kept away from.
I always think Harmonie had a thing for Gakpo last season, didn't she? So I always think of that.
She did. Transfers trades need to be agreed by each owners unless the player is not selected by a team. Say about my team to improve. Right, what would you like to say? Right. I'd take out Gakpo, I mean, definitely, at least for now, and see if you can bring in another player. But I know Russell likes your 3-4-3 formation.
Yeah, actually, look, it's not too badly set up. I mean, Brighton, I think they've got a tough fixture next, haven't they? They got Newcastle home. Yeah, but I agree. I think looking at Gakpo, what is he? 7.4. Gakpo could be someone you could move out. Maybe one of your Brighton players is an option. Who's Gakpo got next game? He's got Villa home. But the problem you got with Gakpo is he could be rotated, couldn't he? Could be a rotation risk. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't start the next game. It was Jota. But overall, the team isn't too bad, actually. I mean, he's got a few problems on his bench, injuries, haven't you? But if you only got one transfer left, which you have, you could probably keep Mudryk and Bayer because you know the other player will play. I'll just focus that one transfer into your first 11. Where? That's the next question. But I'd definitely be keeping your Man City players because you're so well for that. Probably Gakpo. I think you're right, Stu. Gakpo's probably a good call.
I think this is Manny says that there is an FPL version exactly like the same, Larry. It is your opinion. It is your options. I choose not to play it. Thumbs up. Top 10 one place, and he says, "Okay, Cody Reid." He's got rid of Cody.
Think so. I think Gakpo. I think you could. I don't know who you'd get. I mean, he's 7.4. Probably Jackson is an obvious one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably bring Jackson in a Vinder if I were you, mate. I really would. Sikiran, escape from Alcatraz.
I bet you anything he's listening. He'll be making his food. He'll be listening because he wants to talk about his team. 60, good point. That's a good week. Good solid score.
Made 2 transfers.
2 transfers. Who did he bring in? Let's have a look. So he brought in Eze. That's interesting. So he got rid of Mudryk. It's a shame he's not done as well as before. Nor should Gabriel. That's an obvious one. So yeah, the transfers definitely make sense. And he's got a 4-4-2.
Yeah, so we have Pickford with 2, Guardial with 2, Estepurian with 1, Chilwell with 6, Undogi with 12, Salah with 5, Saka with 8, Rashford with 7, Eze with 2, Haaland with 8, Jackson with 7. On the bench, it's Turner with 3, João Pedro 1, Amanda 1, and Cabot with 1.
Yeah, what's interesting is he has got quite a bit of money on the bench. 5.5, 4.5. I think there's a bit of money you can free up there. But actually, if you look at the team, solid. You know, all attacking. He's got Salah, Haaland, Saka, Rashford, Eze. So yeah,
I
it's a
think
pretty.
Pickford's going to struggle to get clean sheets.
Yeah, but then again, Onana's not really pulling up any trees, is he? So, yeah, you pick Everton. They look like they could be. I mean, if they lose to Sheffield United, that's a huge game, isn't it? Sheffield United, Everton.
Thinking about my study. Got Jackson already. Got Jackson ready. As normal, study as well as my team. No worries at all, Lavinda. So yeah, Kieran, you've done well to get your 60 points. Well done. Next one on list. The next one on list is Coastal. 53 points this week. Pickford. Another one with Pickford in net.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Estepurian, we won. Chilwell 6. Bulldog, we won. Matoma 1. Fernandez 12. Rashford 7. Saka captain 16. Joe Pedro 1. Wissa with 2. Haaland with 4. He's been brave to pick Saka as your captain when you've got Haaland in the team.
But he would. It worked.
It really did. It paid off for him. Virginia. I better read that out right, Anna. Virginia,
Yeah,
0.
Yeah.
Shaw 0. Bell 1. Odegaard 2.
Another 3-4-3. And what's also surprised me is Odegaard's on the bench. Surprised you put Odegaard on the bench. Third on the bench as well. Baldock got in. It's an interesting pick against Man City. Brave. But going back to the João Pedro, I remember everyone had João Pedro. All you guys, weren't you? Because I remember we was all looking. He was like, "Oh, I got João Pedro," and I was like, "So it's interesting that everyone had him before, but it looks like everyone's going to be getting rid of him."
Mm-hmm.
But that's a pretty strong team. You know, you wouldn't. I mean, I would. I don't know if I'd be starting Baldock personally. But he didn't even make a transfer, so maybe he forgot this week what he was doing. Because in theory, you would have transferred Shaw out if he was like really on top of it. So he does have a few options, a few things to sort out for next week. Shaw being the first port of call.
Well done, Coastal. Next one up on the list is Roshan.
He's played wildcard.
Wildcard played 55 points. Onana with 0. I'm surprised you brought Onana in on the wildcard. Estepurian 1. Henry 2. Chilwell 6. Saka 8. Fernandez 12. Mbamo with 2. Martinelli with 2. Rashford with 7. Jackson and Haaland 7 and 8 respectively.
Oh, look at that bench. Oh.
Turner 3, Undoggy 12, Botman 2, Salimio 2.
Yeah, that's a lot of points on the bench. How many points is that? 8. It's 19
17,
points.
18, yeah. 19 points, isn't it? Yeah, 19.
Yeah. I wonder what he had in his previous week. Let's go back and let's have a look at what he had to what he's changed to.
So if I go back a week,
yeah, you
so
can see
he had Turner in net, Estepurian, Emery, Chilwell, Saka, Fernandez, Richarlison, Martinelli, Rashford, Jackson, Haaland, and on the bench he had Onana, Joe Pedro, Baldock, and Bayer.
Yeah, he had a lot. He had a lot of problems, which he's sorted out. He's got rid of Pedro, didn't he? So he made loads of transfers. He was I like it. He's engaged. He keeps looking. So yeah, you can see how he on his wild card he was really in and out. He changed loads of players in and out, tons of them before he got to what he settled on. But it's interesting he used his wild card so early. Very interesting. Obviously, was very unhappy with the team he had.
Well, Amani used a wild card, didn't she?
Yeah.
Solid
score, 55. Pretty plain Jane, but good.
Well done, Roshan. Right, Luke Legend, 44 points this week. Lady Luke, Pickford with 2, Ake with 2, Konza with 2, Estepurian with 1. 7 points out your defence. 5 in midfield. Saka with 8, Bruno Fernandes with 12, Diaz with 1, Havertz with 1, Douglas Luiz with 2, Ollie Watkins 5, Haaland captain 8. And on a bench he had Steele 0, Isaac 2, Botman 2, and Gabriel 0. Talk to me about Isaac. I watched him against Liverpool. I wasn't impressed.
I'm surprised Isaac has risen in price twice, considering his fixtures, and with Champions League starting. Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand the massive buzz around Isaac. Not yet, anyway.
No.
So, I know he had a good start, but the fixtures, they've got hard fixtures, Newcastle. And with Champions League starting, it could get even tougher for him.
Because you would imagine Isaac could be starting Champions League games, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I presume so. So maybe Wilson will come into it a bit more.
Mm.
And Douglas Luiz, he's obviously got him in for his penalties, I presume. Because that's an unusual pick, Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, I would expect him to have like Diaby.
Yeah, he's a good option. Yeah.
So well done, Luke. Right, next team on the list is his brother Lawrence. Here we go. Lawrence is out.
Very
68 points, 1 transfer.
Wow.
Edison with 2, Matty Cash 17, great pick, brother Lawrence. Trippier 0, Estepurian 1. Rashford 7, Martinelli 2, Gerard Bowen 12. Gerard Bowen looks like he's going to be a key player for West Ham, and he looks like he's going to score goals as well, guys. Honestly, if you can squeeze Bowen into your team, bring him into your team, trust me, you won't go far wrong. Yep. Saka with 16, Salah with 5, Joe Pedro with 1, Watkins with 5, and on the bench he had Fabianski with 0, Dawson with 0, 5. Young with 2 and Archer with 0.
Yeah, very, very good week. I mean, 29 points from 2 players. What I find interesting with Lawrence, he's quite brave. He's gone against Haaland as well. Could have been more punishing if Haaland scored that penalty, but he didn't. So, but he's got Salah. João Pedro is a bit of a problem for him. Archer's an interesting one now for Sheffield United. £4.5 million playing striker possibly. But yeah, really good week. 68 points, fantastic. Like I say, it's Cash and Bowen, isn't it? And the Saka captain. So can't complain with that. Very strong.
Lawrence with a question. How can I replace a midfielder for a forward? Just put a forward in place of swap a forward for a midfielder, Lawrence. Just switch a forward to a midfielder and that'll change your formation.
You can show him if you want, Stu. Just pretend to do it on your team quickly.
Well, just let me do some. Stop sharing screen. That I don't know how I do this really because everyone knows what I do on it. Fantasy that one. I just let me. Oh sugar. Let me manage. Oh, pick team. Right, there we go. Right. So this is a what do you call it? Just for you. This is what's the word I'm looking for? This is how you do it. So basically, so say if you want to if you want to change your formation, click a forward on your bench, and then just replace him with a midfielder, and then click switch. So that changes your formation, Lawrence.
He did just say, "I'm talking about a transfer."
Ah, right.
So what do you mean, Lawrence? As you say, how can I replace a midfielder for a forward of my team?
You've got to have so many midfielders and forwards in your side.
Yeah, you can't transfer midfielder into a forward. So you can't sell Fernandes and sign, I don't know, Watkins. You can't do that.
It's got to be like for like in the positions to play for on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Harmonie says, you need glasses, Stu. I know I wear them. Isaac ran them ragged and got Virgil van Dijk sent off.
Oh, come on now, Harmonie. Don't have this.
Opportunity.
She can't, Harmonie. We all know he's Swedish. Isaac's Swedish. You don't have to get defensive about him. He's not as good as everyone's making out in fantasy football. Let's be honest. He's just an average pick.
You have to do 2 subs, Larry. If you mean transfer, if you mean a swap, click on the player and then press switch. Then do the same with the player you want in your lineup. I'm talking about transfer, doing a transfer. And also press confirm. Yep, good point, Harmonie. But yeah, you have to do you have to do a double transfer. Got it. That's what I was talking about. Thanks. No problems at all, brother Lawrence. Not tip form. Not tip form. Right. So whose team's this with Lawrence's? We talked about Lawrence's, haven't we?
Yes. Yeah. He's Lawrence is doing really well. He's had a good start. Yeah,
really good week, Lawrence. Well done. Right, next one on the list is Mr. Choose Kane Captain rules. Why did you call it Choose Kane Captain?
Because I won one of my other leagues with Captain Kane as captain, and I'm basically saying to all the other people in the league, should have chose Kane as captain, just to kind of rub it in the face from last season.
Is that it?
Yeah, I chose Kane as captain last game of the week, last game of last season to win all of it. So choose Kane captain. Yeah. Hello, Evinder. Yeah, so an Arnold bench on the goalkeeper, 0. Stupid 1. Ruben Diaz, he was a transfer I brought in. Very frustrating, actually. I thought he was on for a clean sheet, but they conceded in the 87th minute. Chilwell, obviously. Saka, Fernandes, Odegaard, Rashford, Eze. I'm not giving up on Eze. I think Eze is brilliant. I think he will come good. He's such a good player. I got rid of Watkins and brought in Jackson. So 2-point swing, did work. Haaland captain. And then Turner free. Bayer, I didn't realise got injured. Baldock and Bomber, whoever his name is. So nothing on the bench, really. But the Haaland penalty miss, the Sheffield United scoring, they kind of really annoyed me this week. So
how many points would you have gained?
Probably about 10. So they're probably 60, I'd say. But 55 is pretty average, really. Pretty average. But
it's 11 over average, isn't it?
You are sorry?
11 points over average points.
Yeah. Average is 44, so 50. A lot of people got 55, so it was nothing spectacular. So yeah. But we'll see. I guess I'm still happy with my team. In all honesty, I'm happy Fernandes and Rashford came through for me because a lot of people seem to be getting rid of them, but I think they're still really good assets.
Superb week, Larry. I totally agree, Harmonie. Russell. Thank you. Joker Russell. You're a joker, Russell.
I love that. We love it.
Peacock likes of LUC. Russell, what's your YouTube handle, bro? I'll subscribe. But
I don't have one. I am exclusive to fantasy football on the Sable team. I don't even have a YouTube channel. It'd be nice. Thank you for saying if I did have one, you subscribe. So I do appreciate that. But I don't have one, I'm afraid. So
Eze is just a poor Thomas Brolin.
Eze is fantastic. He will come good. I have a lot of faith in Eze. I'll say it again, he's on all set pieces, he's on penalties, he's their main man, and he's been very unlucky so far. He's been quite frustrating to own, but I have a lot of faith in Eze.
You're a patient man, aren't you, Russ?
Yeah, he's a good player. Eze's a brilliant player. He destroyed us last season. Very good. Take my advice, he'll haul soon. He'll do well.
So well done, Russell, for your 55 points. Next one on the list is Gary Whittaker. Evelyn is 11. 60 points this week. Made 2 transfers. Pickford with 2, Chilwell with 6, Colwell with 6, Estepurian with 1, Martinelli 2, Mitoma 1, Bruno Fernandes 12, Saka 8, Rashford 7, Jackson 7, and Captain Ireland 8. And on a bench, it was Turner with 3, Joe Pedro 1, Cabot 1, and Shaw 0.
Yeah, it's good. That's another person. I think Gary didn't used to play, did he? So he's another player who seems to have got to grips with it quite quick, I believe. Is he the one that does the watch-alongs with you, Stu?
No, that's Gary. That's Watch Along Leeds. That's
okay.
Gary. That's Gary Lohan.
Oh, okay.
That's the other Gary.
Yeah, but again, good solid picks. Double Chelsea defence came through, so well done on that. Fernandes, Rashford came through for you. Yep, good. And obviously the João Pedro and Shaw problems for him on the bench. But yeah, good solid. 60 points. So yeah, better than me. So bit of envy there.
Avinda don't believe in Eze either.
Yes, I don't know why. I think Eze's fantastic. What do you think to Eze, Stu?
I think he's got something about it.
Definitely got
something about it.
I think Man City supposedly linked with him, aren't they? I mean, I hope he'll go to Man City because it'll devalue him as a fantasy football asset. But he's a great player. I think he's fantastic. And what's even more frustrating, when Leeds got promoted, he was at QPR, and I think he's someone we could have possibly signed if we had the right people in charge. Could have got him for 20 million, but sadly Palace picked him
up. Palace have to get in the opposition half to win a penalty, though. Gary Evelyn's 11 is Swedish. He's a serial 5k finisher and never finished outside top 1 million.
Oh, is that the gentleman just there, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm on the same points with him, though.
Thank you, Harmonie. Lovely. Right. Next one. Bowie, the Doctor. Remember Bowie Nemenis?
Dennis the best.
Becker 5, Colwell 6, Saliba 1, Estepurian 1, Mbamo with 2, Martinelli 2, Madison with 10, Lucas Paqueta with 2, Saka with 8, Haaland with 8, Isaac with 2. I like Lucas Paqueta, but I don't think he's a FPL asset.
Well, you are a secret West Ham fan, Stu, so I'm not surprised.
Allegedly.
Closet West Ham fan.
With 2, Alexander Arnold 1, and Abayo with 2. What's that, mate?
I mean, Paqueta is an interesting pick for fantasy football. I don't know whether he's a good one. I mean, what I really like about he's got Madison. I'm quite jealous of Madison. Isaac, yeah, again, like I was saying earlier, is he really that good? Is he worth 7.7 million? I don't know. I'll leave it with you guys in the comments, but don't know for me. And he's got Alexander Arnold on the bench, so a lot of money on the bench there. Hell of a lot of money on the bench. But yeah, I mean, I really like the Madison one. It'd be interesting what he does because Alexander Arnold, you could use that money, and it'd be interesting to see what he does with that. If you want, or you could keep it, obviously.
But yes, Brother Lawrence is saying West Hammer's thumbs up. Right, guys. Next one on the list is Richie Higgins. He's in 4th place. He got 54 points this week. I got bothered that I didn't praise him enough last week when in the previous stream. But here we go. Right, 54 points, Russell.
Yeah, one below us, but he's still having a good season. So yeah, the Higgins are there and thereabouts. And without going into it, I believe we'll go into that later. But yeah, obviously they're quite clued up on fantasy and always do quite well. So well done.
Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
Right, here we go. Anana with 0. Estepioria with 1. Saliba 1. Chilwell 6. Fernandes with 12. Mbamo with 2. Eze with 2. Rashford with 7. Saka with 8. Captain Kane 8. Captain Haaland 8. And Jackson 7. On the bench, he had Areola with 5. I'm surprised, being a West Ham fan, he didn't actually start Areola in net.
Yeah, but before that game, they were quite fearful of Brighton, weren't they?
Cabot with 1. Mbama with 0. John Stones with 0. Yeah, but Charlotte, God, you back your players, don't you? You back your team, don't you?
What, the team you support?
Yeah.
I didn't in fantasy. No, not in fantasy football. I was last season. I had no Leeds players in it. No, I didn't. I don't. No, I disagree with that, Stu. I wouldn't back much. It depends who your team is. If your team's Man City or Liverpool, Man United or Chelsea or Newcastle or Spurs, yeah, you probably would back a lot of your players. If your team's Leeds, I mean, West Ham have started well, but I would still argue that I think they're surprised by the start. I mean, Rafinha was a good option for Leeds, so I guess you would back certain players from your team, yeah. But a lot of them probably.
I didn't pick one Leeds player in my squad, to be honest, last season. I didn't have one Leeds player in my squad.
I started with Aronson. I really thought. I remember when it started last year, I had Aronson, and I was like, Aronson's going to do so well for us. He's attacking. Started pretty well, got me a goal and assist, and then it all just fell apart. Yeah, I got rid of him quite quickly after that. But I like the fact that so he believes in Eze as well.
Yeah, he does. So well done, Richie. 54 points. Next on the list now, this woman does deserve some recognition. Harmonie, Stockholm Starlet. 70
Can we skip this one? Can we skip it?
No, we can't. But she did make 3 transfers, so -8.
Risky.
So 60. So I've got to be fair to Harmonie. 62 points. But let's go through a team, bless her. Sanchez with 6. That's a new one. I ain't seen anyone with Sanchez.
No.
Chilwell 6. Estepioria 1. Saliba 1. Madison 10. Salah 5. Fernandes 12. Saka 8. Watkins 5. Jackson 14, who were a captain. Isaac 2. So she's gone for the 3-4-3 formation too.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Look at the bench. Flacken with 4. And Doggy with 12. Elanga with 1 and Trippier with 0.
Yeah, quite a lot of points on the bench. 3-4-3. I mean, it's a solid team. She's kind of got the best of each club. I mean, if you look at that midfield, unlike mine, she's got 1, 2, all from different teams. She's got kind of like the best of each team. Madison from Spurs, Salah. It's quite a good-looking team actually to look at it. You know, 3 up front, but the obviously the glowing, the big one that's missing, which I really think is going to come and hurt her soon, is Haaland. Very fortunate Haaland didn't miss that penalty. I keep saying it. If he'd have scored that penalty, they got his second goal. Totally different ball game because everyone would have had him as captain. We got away with going against Haaland this week, but how much longer?
Harmonie thinks he's a myth.
I don't understand. I mean, if being one of the best strikers in the world's a myth, I want that myth all day.
Right, so Harmonie says, I stupidly took out a Noglet on my way back on the train. Could have got -4 instead of -8. Was worried that trip's price would increase, but it didn't. Still a good week and happy. 8 out of 10 game week for me.
I love the fact she ranks herself. Yes, that's definitely an 8 out of 10 for me.
Harmonie, nice score regardless. Top this week. She is top at most points this week. Brother Lawrence is laughing at you, Russell.
Oh, because it's the Haaland thing.
So well done, Harmonie.
Yeah, it's really a good team. I was looking at that midfield. I do miss 3-4-3. A really strong midfield. That is like very. You got like the best of the best in midfield. Really are.
And how good is it, though, Russell? I know we keep saying it, but how good is it that she's actually picking Man United players, Chelsea players?
Well, it's good in the sense that she's doing well. But how was I going to phrase this? Yeah, it is good. It is good. But now she's doing well. That's how I was going to phrase it. I kind of liked it when Harmonie was kind of not picking these players and not doing well. But now she's kind of broke that myth. She's becoming a challenge because she's actually, not being so, how can I put it, tribal in her thinking.
Good week. Yeah, I think I said to you, didn't I, that she's going to be serious, and I expected it to finish at top 5 by. And I know it's a long way to go, but I expect it to be top 5 in our league.
She could be a threat. And like I said, I really like that midfield. The more I think of it, I really do like it because you got the best of the best. But obviously, you are sacrificing Haaland, so that's the problem. The Haaland's the problem for you.
Right, J007 Joshua. No transfers, but got 52 points. Areola with 5. Saliba 1. Estepurian 1. Martinez 1. Now, you'd say that like them 3 are pretty good, wouldn't you? Saliba, Estepurian, and Martinez.
Yeah,
you'd say they were pretty good, solid picks, but they only got 3 points combined.
Yeah.
Solly March 2. Madison 10. Diego Jota 4. Saka 8. Rashford 7. Haaland 8. Watkins 5. On the bench, Martinez with 0. Edward with 2. Dyer with 0. And Bottom with 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, Diego Jota. That's probably the one to talk about this one. I can't believe that was an assist. Foden and Jota killed me because I had other rivals in other leagues who had them and they were like moaning. Then they come on and Jota gets an unbelievable assist where basically Botman does all the work for him. And then Foden gets an assist for him miscontrolling the ball. It's just like, ugh. But Jota, he is a risk rotation, but he can be spectacular. But yeah, he came on and they originally didn't give him the assist, but he got the assist in the end.
Yep. So well done, well done, well done, Jay. We rock Larry. Thumbs up from Brother Lawrence. Right. So leading the table this week is Darren Higgins.
Oh, what a surprise! Another Higgins.
One transfer. Anana with 0. Chilwell with 6. Estepurian with 1. Gusto 14.
Yeah, that was a good pick. That.
Matoma 2, Saka 8, Matoma 1. Sorry, Mbamo 2, Saka 8, Matoma 1. Rashford 7, Bruno Fernandes 12, Watkins 5, Haaland 8. On a bench, he had Areola with 5, Gabriel 0, Mbamo 0, and Kabar with 1.
Yeah, I mean, good solid week. I mean, Gusto's the main one, isn't he, really, out of that? I mean, what's quite interesting is no one in our league's got Sterling. You notice that?
Because he was poor last season, but he's had a really good start to this season, hasn't
he? Yeah, I thought someone in our league would have had it, but they haven't. But Gusto was the other one. I mean, if you had Gusto or Sterling, you were laughing, weren't you? And obviously, the Chilwell double defence. So, yeah, really good solid week, to be honest with you. But it's like I say, it's just the odd player here and there that's really like pulling people out right now. So, well done, top of the league. So you cut one, you cut the head off one of the Higgins, and like the other side, the other one appears, doesn't he? You know what I mean? It's like Medusa.
Well
yeah.
So well done, Rich, Darren. A great week, and it's been a good week of scores actually. Considering what I've been seeing on other channels, it's been steady away, and I think it's good that we're all engaged in game. Yeah, right, I'm going to stop sharing screen.
Yeah, there we go, mate. If you actually look at the league, there's not a lot of points in it. I mean, actually, Darren's got a bit of a lead now.
Actually, do you know what? Let's actually show that. You've got a good point. We should show that, really. We should actually show that, shouldn't we? So 96, 108, 114, 125, 137, 157. So where am I? I'm on like 161. So I'm only 9 points away from top 10.
Yeah, there's not much in it. A couple of good weeks and you can easily go on the league.
Harmonie is only 12 points away from Jay and 19 points away from Darren.
Yeah.
And you, Russell, are 174. So you're not that far behind either, are you, really? A couple of good weeks around.
31 points behind. So, yeah.
Yes, it's easy to catch up. Right, fair enough.
But like
so,
I said, there's just not much.
Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody in league. Well done with your points this week. Right, Russell, let's talk a bit about FPL then. Chelsea boys, you've got to be looking at them now. Players like Sterling, Colwell, Chilwell, Gusto. I mean, Gusto, I'd give him a bit more time. That was his first game, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, you'd probably keep him up to Gameweek 9. I mean, I've got 2 Chelsea players. Obviously, Sterling's doing well for a lot of people. So people that took a risk on Sterling did well, and they were brave, and they just went for it. So they'd be rewarded. But it's only a 1 game week. We've got to see if he carries it on. But yeah, Chelsea got good. They've got good fixtures. I think they're a good little team. They should be because of the amount they've spent, basically. So.
And Manny says it could have been 9 out of 10 if not for a couple of mistakes.
Well, that's always going to happen in fantasy football, yeah. That's always happened.
Manny says Brighton have quite a few dodgy games coming up now. I don't have any other than Estepurian who I will bench for a while. But if I did, I would be moving a few out.
Yeah, like I said, but then again, sometimes it's weird in these games where you do play it for the fixtures, but sometimes some of the games where you think they're hard, some of your players can do it. I mean, the stupid went to Arsenal last season, didn't he? And they got a clean sheet, goal, and assist, where you come out with like 18, 19 points. So sometimes
Brighton are a team where they like to play against a team who plays against them, whereas with West Ham, they had all but one player behind the ball in the whole of that West Ham game.
So you can even look at this week's fixtures like Man United, Arsenal. I mean, that could be a really good game still. A lot of games in it. You could, you can't. Oh, it's Arsenal, Man United. If I own Rashford, they're going against Arsenal, but that could easily be a high-scoring game. Could do quite well. You still could do quite well out of
that. Did Arsenal drop points against Fulham?
Did who? Sorry.
Did Arsenal drop points last time out?
Yeah, I mean, look at that game. I mean, they drew 2-2.
Yeah.
So I mean, there is surprise results in it. I mean, obviously, you're always going to play the fixtures because you always want to own the players who are playing against the worst teams. But sometimes when they play the good teams, sometimes you still get a lot of points out of those games. I mean, there's always going to have to be weeks where you're going to have to play, I don't know, your players against the hard fixtures, against the Man City, because you just can't transfer everyone in and out, can you? So you have to take medicine and just play it. But they're the weird ones. Sometimes when you think, oh, the team, I'm worried this player's playing this against this really good team. And when they do well, it's actually really vindicated because a lot of people would have subbed them or transferred them out. They usually gain quite well out of that.
Yes, I think the top tip is hold your nerve as long as you can.
Yeah. Well, so don't panic too much. I mean, you're gonna have to have some of your players probably playing the big teams at some point. So.
I was going to push table. I am going to push up the table. Sorry, Avinda. That is my new entry doing at the bottom. Yes, it is supposed to be closed on it, and I don't know what's happened. We need to get that sorted out.
What's that?
Look down at the bottom. I don't know how that's happened. I don't even know who he is. I don't know who he is.
Unless unless he's watched a replay when we had the code up.
Yeah, but I closed the league.
Oh, right. Okay, then.
I've closed the league. Let me just double check. Right, how do I change that? Right, where are options? Where are the options? You know where you go into, the administrator of the league. How do I do this, Russell?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I've never really set up a league up and been the admin of it. It's ages since I've done all that. I mean, I've set leagues up and they just roll, but I don't. I wouldn't know the ins and out. While you're doing that, Stu, and answering the questions, I'm going to quickly grab the toilet. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Let's have a look. How do I do that of it, Harmonie? While Russell's sorting that out, let me just sort this out more. No, I don't want to sign out, do I? I want to go to leagues and cups, and I want to go to TDT league options administrator. Close league to new entries. Yeah, it's been ticked. I'll show you. It's been ticked. I don't know how he's got through that. Harmonie. But it's been ticked there. Look, close. Delete league. Suspend player. Is that suspend player? Change administrator. Delete league. Yeah, close. It's ticked. Look, it's ticked. Update league, TDT league, transfers league, TDT league. So how do I refuse entry? I mean, I'm assuming it's something to do with leagues and cups, and then I go to options for TDT league administrator. But it says closed league and it's on. It was ticked. Let me come at yours. Just deny them entry. Right, so how do I deny them entry when I can't even see them? Suspend a player? I can't even suspend a player. League administrator? Let's see how it goes. I think Harmonie, but it's definitely on closed league to new entries. Is it because he were with us last year? Is that why? It can't be. Just in elementary, setting up my page for the new league I have doing on league. I will need to do some transfers tomorrow. You will, Adam. Suspend player and kick him out. Right. So, if I go to suspend player, it ain't even lit, man. It's not even highlighted. It's not even highlighted. I'll have to wait and see what happens. But it shouldn't be in it. It shouldn't be in it at all. League and Cup TDT kickoff suspended. So, what do you think of Spence from Tottenham coming today? Yeah, I'm happy with him, Adam. I'm happy with him, mate. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes, Harmonie. Search bar, Stu suspended. Search bar. Leagues and cups. Administrator.
God, you still doing this?
It's been. It's not highlighted, Russell. I can't suspend him.
You'll end up closing the league, Stu.
No, that's at the bottom there. Look, that's lit up blue.
Well, I guess we're going to see what happens then.
He was a player who were in our league last season.
He was.
Mm.
Maybe what he's done, he's taken a while before he's sorted his team out and reactivated all his leagues, and he's automatically just been enrolled.
Right.
So maybe he'll just come in, but it won't affect our points.
Yeah, but
we're gonna find out. Why don't you have a look after the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably better to do it after, mate, rather than through it.
Well, I couldn't. There's not I can do because it ain't even lit up.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm looking at it after.
You know, and it says they closed the league to new entries, and it's ticked.
Oh, right, there you go then. So there's not much else you can do, is there?
No. Stop sharing screen. Suspended. So what do you think is better coming from Tottenham today? Advance and that.
Fantastic.
Suspended. I think Pro will be scoring the opener again. Maybe he tried to join and it will just go. Maybe he was in it last year. Can't always contact the help team and have him removed. I guess I'll have to find out how I can do it. Have to run. Thanks, Rich. No worries, Russell. Brother Lawrence, take care, Brother Lawrence. Top 10 one place. Keep saying that, top 10 one place.
Well, you did all right, Vinda. Keep going, mate. Keep going.
So, do you know something? I'm quite settled with my team, Russell.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite happy with where I'm at, to be honest with you. You know, looking at it, it's a Friday deadline, so remember that, everybody. But yeah, I mean, me personally, I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's not bad. It's kind of middle of the road right now. So, like I say, you know, a couple of players could do really well this week. That's the beauty of fantasy football. So there's a lot of players that people are going to. Your Madisons, your Chelsea players. Sterling's a hot pick, but that's what happens in fantasy football. People kind of, you know, you get waves that go to certain players and they'll go off them to another player. So that's just how it works. It's like this, basically.
I think Pearl will score a free kick Saturday.
A free kick? Why a free kick? Is he on free kicks?
I don't think so.
That's so funny. Yeah, I'm well happy. I mean, the more I think about who Leeds have brought in, it's fantastic. They're actually starting to sort out the problems we need sorting out. What's so annoying is we didn't have these owners when we was in the Premiership. We're like one season too late with these owners, and what they're doing makes sense. They're just, you know, I was very frustrated with who was going out. I mean, I still might be frustrated if we still let some people go, but I don't think they're going to take. I think they will try and get the right amounts for us. But I mean, I'm quite excited with how we're looking. You know, let's see how we look on Saturday, because obviously, there's like I said, they've been a Leeds fan. There's always going to be like some bad news coming in there. Probably.
Are you happy with Greenwood coming in, Russell?
Yeah, he's pants. Yeah, Geldhart, hope he goes as well. But as long as we can fill the bench up, I presume what they're doing is they've already know who they're probably going to be able to sign, and they've probably gone, right, this is what's going to happen. We've also got injuries coming back. See, we all forget that we've got quite a lot of people injured, haven't we? So once you get past this weekend, we should have quite a few players back for the start of next after the international break. So we've probably got more players floating around than we kind of realise. But yeah, I agree. Was like Geldhart. I don't even know what he does. What is he? Forward? He's a midfielder. Giabi. It depends how many midfielders we get in. I don't understand why we get rid of Gabby if we haven't got many midfielders. Helder, again, if we've got replacements, it's not too bad. But I think we're bringing in better than what we've got. You know, Perot's brilliant. I think he's an actual forward. I think Spence is good. But again, it's a right back. What's he going to do? Replace Ayman?
I hope so.
He should do, but will he? Or will he play on the left?
Anyone think Salah will go? No. No. What about you, Russell?
Depends if he's money orientated. If he wants proper competition with proper history, he'll stay in Europe. If he wants money, he'll go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but will Liverpool sell him?
Yeah, because I think they can offer ridiculous money. So yes. Whether they would sell him, they could turn and go, no, you're not being sold. So.
And it's getting awfully close to transfer window closing. I know Saudi Arabia league's open a week later, isn't it?
Yeah. Still got 2 days. See, I'm not really panicking about Leeds now because I know that we're actually moving and we're actually trying to sort out the problems. And I think they're being sensible. I'm actually not as panicky as I was. I'm actually like, right, we're doing well. Yeah, do this to Man City. That's an odd one. But they're doing. They tried to sign Paqueta, didn't they? They signed Paqueta. They are going for these kind of quite out there picks. I find Man City. Are these Man City players? Nunes from Wolves. Okay.
47 million or something. I mean, 43 or 47 million is something stupid.
No, that's Palmer, who's going to Chelsea from Man City. I think it's he's going for 60 million. Nunes, 60 million.
Wow. So. Your team is good, Stu, Russell and Harmonie. It'd be nice to see him in Messi. Peru doesn't take free kicks. Do you think 12 million for the championship striker? What do you think? 12 million for were a good side. I think it's been. Do we think it were a good buy for 12 million?
Yeah. You basically put one of the best players in the championships. He's in a position we needed filling. Whether he works out, we don't know. He's only played once and scored once. Let's see how he goes out for a whole rest of the season. But it's a common sense approach, and it's a very good signing for me. I think it makes sense. What I'm liking about Leeds right now is we're doing deals which make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm still very worried about who we let go. We've got James. Let's count this. One little piggy. We've got James. I'll put it there. Sinistera, Somerville, Nonto. Who else we got on the wing? Sinistera, Nonto, James, Somerville. Ruta.
At least we played up top, hasn't it?
Well, he's kind of like behind. He's like a number 10.
Yeah.
So, do we have too many? I've got a horrible feeling we might be losing someone. I really hope we don't lose any of them, really. I'm going to be quite selfish. I want all of them to stay.
Who's the one likely? I think it's Sinister himself.
Say that if these Ruta rumours are true, I'll
£25 million rejected.
If we can get what we paid for him, I'd sell him back.
I would know. Yeah. I would.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he could have a good season, but I'm not going to get overexcited on one game.
No, he's not a striker, but I think he could play as a number 10.
Yeah.
So I don't want to lose this there. I mean, if I was to put him in order, I wouldn't want to lose Cine, Somerville, Nonto. I really like James as well. I keep forgetting because James got injured, didn't he? So he looks like he'll be out for the Wednesday game. So, but you got to remember, we've got quite a few players still to come back. So it'll be interesting to see what we're left with.
Byram's out as well, by the way, for the.
I'm not sure. I mean, it was only a matter of time with it for Byram. So, but I trust Leeds that they're sorting this out. They'll be looking at these positions. Hopefully, I quite like Charlie Taylor to come back personally.
Ian says, "Good evening, everyone watching. Hope you're all well and have had a great day. Have lunch as normal. Cheers, Ian." Tanaka went to school with Matoma, childhood friends, played in the same club. Sangama SC, then in the U Franks at Kawasaki Frontales, then both at Kawasaki. Frontier senior team in the J League together.
Does Kawasaki, the motorcycle brand, own that football team? I presume they do.
Bradford City won on penalties 5-3. Yeah, he will be better than the Bamford Pro.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Pro will be, and hopefully he's not his injury prone. So.
Yeah, I want Tanaka as well, Armani. I do. For price as well. It's a good price to It's a good price for him. I think we won't lose a lot on him. Even if it didn't work out, we won't lose a lot on him. Think Stu on Leeds United players. Is it true Leeds have had a bid for Nutter? Yeah, £25 million bid rejected. Apparently, green screen from Bayern, Borussia Dortmund.
Really odd that, what do they see that we don't? That he's what are Leon and Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund seeing? I'm confused. Is he that good and we're not realising it? He doesn't seem that good. He seems like a really nice guy. And he doesn't seem to be bothered to drop down the league. He seems to be one of those players that's just got on with it. But, I mean, he's not a striker, is he?
No.
So, I mean, I would personally.
He better on wings than he does as a number 10, I think.
Yeah, I think you can play him as a 10, though. So, I mean, there is an argument that Leeds could probably get away with not signing number 10, because I think if we kept the players we've got, you could probably drop Sinisterra as number 10, maybe even Nonto as number 10. I would rather have number 10. But what I'm saying is, if we don't sell what we've got up front, I think there is a few options that could probably play number 10.
Yeah.
Ruter, Sinisterra, and then you've still got James Somerville, Nonto on the wing. So, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting kind of like pumped with all the good players we've been linked with, and we're sorting out the obvious positions. It's just I just got this horrible feeling in the back of my head of who's going to go, who we getting. It's never going to be this simple with Leeds, is it?
25 mil 2 months ago. I think Tanaka will come maybe Friday in a deadline day with Kamara.
Kamara's not one. Yeah, I quite like Kamara. So I'm surprised he would be. I'm surprised he's happy
for Bundesliga.
I'm surprised he's happy to hang around for us, Kamara, because it does seem like we could have done that deal at any point, and we just kind of left it on the boil. We just that's kind of like we've kind of got it to go back to. So I'll be surprised if he actually would want to sign for us if we're kind of like looking at signing this Bulgarian and going, yeah, we'll just keep you there just in case.
Yeah, just in case any of his transfers don't come through. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's mad. Well, I mean, I talked to you about this before we went live. I'm really surprised at what I read about the Anari deal falling through and what we've done.
I thought it was funny. But we've learned that we have to have it has to be there was just too much he was too unsure, weren't he, in simple terms?
Well, he wasn't, and he wasn't. And he didn't want to stay in second tier for more than a season, did he?
Yeah, and he just seemed like he wanted just a little bit more, like moving the goalposts. And probably the more I think about it, probably personality-wise, probably something we didn't want. So, I mean, the good thing with Leeds is they seem to have a lot of targets. If something falls through, they're already moving on to the next one. And in the old regime, you used to find that something would fall through, we'd have nothing to sort out. With these guys, they already seem to be moving straight on to someone else, and suddenly something's falling through and doesn't pan out. So that's what I'm liking right now. Organised. They seem organised.
My mum is a Glen Kamara fan because my stepmom is Scottish and she supports Rangers, and she'll be happy if he comes to Leeds. Good luck, everyone, this week. Great point of Inda. Really good point. Still believe another 3 minimum to come in. I said 5. We got Rodon and now Spence. Let's roll with more additions for Farker.
I think you might find it could be 3 minimum. It could be 3 or 5. But isn't it exciting that you're? It's going to be an exciting. Are you doing a deadline show now? Will you be doing one?
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, I've booked it. I've scheduled it for 9 o'clock.
All right. Okay. Should be good. It could be quite interesting for Leeds.
You're jumping on that, aren't you? At 9 o'clock Friday.
Yeah, I could. We'll be doing a deadline stream as well, won't we?
Yeah, that'll be finished for what? 6.
Yeah. I'll have to see how it pans out. Send me the link and I'll see if I can pop in at some point. It wasn't. It wasn't specifically for us. I presume you'll have a few people on it, won't you?
Mally, I think Mally will be on. TD5 will be on.
Okay.
No doubt Adam will want to jump on.
Of course.
I'd love to go to the Ibrox Stadium and see you there. Higher points. Yep. I'd love to go to the Ibrox Stadium. I will come on if I have nothing to do that night. Adam, behave. Every stream I do, you want to jump on, mate. Every single stream I do, you want to jump on. Don't make it sound like you're washing your hair out like that now.
Saying that, Mally would be a bit upset because he thought Greenwood was a. Did he say Greenwood was a forward? No, he's leaving to go to Middlesbrough. He rated him, didn't he?
Mally's a massive Glenn Kamara fan. He wants Kamara. He really does.
Okay. I mean, it's a nice option.
Same again, FPL review deadline. Yep, it will be next week. We'll be back on, we'll be back this Friday for this deadline stream like we always are. We'll be back next week for a review of the of how we did in Gameweek 4. So yeah, Avinda, we'll be definitely on again, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Hey, isn't it interesting how everyone's now jumping on how bad Geldot is? It's taken him about 2 years to catch up with me. You know what I'm saying? People are only just starting to figure out, he's not as good as before.
Yeah.
Taking people ages to figure this one out. Strange.
I won't be washing my hair, but I am so glad I don't have a missus like that. I know I know Mally likes Kamara. Welcome back, Robbo. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Have you got have you got what you want to finish on, Russell?
No, just good looking fantasy. We'll have a deadline stream. Everyone's doing well. There's a few mistakes, a couple of -26s, which if you're unsure, just ask us. But in general, everyone seems pretty clued up. You know, I'm chasing people. It's not, it's going to be a good competitive, which I thought it would be. But no, I'm very happy with what Leeds are doing right now, considering where we were a couple of weeks ago, where everyone's been loaned out. It seems like we're actually progressing. Beating Ipswich is huge. I'm expecting a win against Wednesday. I think they could be really in for it. I think what you're going to find in that game is going to be attack versus defence, and if we score the first goal, it could be an avalanche against them, or it could be one of those games where they fluke their way to a 1-0 with one attack, but like 90%, 10% possession and one shot on target and win. It'll be one of those games, I suspect.
One thing I do want to touch on before we went, and I'm glad you brought it up. Apparently, Leeds United have allowed the sale of Cody Drama this transfer window as well, haven't they?
Yeah, I think if he's not going to go, don't load him, because when you load him, he'll come back and then he'll just go on a free. So Marks will sell. If we're going to sell him, Marks will sell him and get some money.
Yeah.
But the only problem I'm thinking is they're allowing him to go after Spencer's on loan. I can presume because he fills the spot, but obviously Jed Spence will go back to Spurs, so it's not like it's a replacement, is it? And then you got Alien in the last year as a contract. So if Leeds don't get promoted, who are we left with? If we do get promoted, we'll probably try and sign Jed Spence.
But don't forget, if we get promoted, Jack Harrison will be back, and all them sort of players will be back.
I was thinking about that. If we get promoted, what's going to happen to all our loanies? It's going to be fascinating. They're all just going to be slaughtered, aren't they? Yeah, but would we keep any of them? Would any of them stick around?
I think we'll sell them for a decent resale value.
I don't know if we will get a decent resale value to us. So, but at the end of the day, let's say this: I keep saying it, but I'm very happy with what the owners are doing. They are identifying between the manager and the owners positions which the fans can see a mile off, which needs sorting out. And they're starting to do it, but we still need a left back. Come on, it's not a unicorn. We can't. It's not elusive. It's like trying to get a dodo, isn't it? They've gone extinct. Are all the left backs extinct? Are they all extinct? They all turned into dodos? Can we get one from extinction and bring them to Leeds? There must be a left back out there somewhere. Oh, so we have got Ferber, won't we? So.
Man, it says any players you are eyeballing. I'm looking at Jackson, and I'm looking at that Kudos, and I'm looking at that other West Ham defender, Metropolitus, or whatever he's called, that Greek defender. I'm looking at a few. What about you, Russell?
Yeah, I got a big fat watch list. Yeah, loads on it. Loads.
Have you?
Yeah, I got loads of them. I've always got loads on my watch list. So, but in all honesty, I'm quite happy with my team. I don't know if I'm trying to play it too cool, but I'm happy with my team.
I'm happy with my team, actually.
Yeah. So there's always other people you want. I mean, I think Ward-Prowse is a good option right now, but that could tail off quite quickly. But if he's on penalties, it'd be interesting. If Ward-Prowse is on penalties, he's someone he could be on all set pieces and on penalties. He might be someone worth looking at. That was a good pick from you, Stu. Really good pick.
Ian, I am there all the time on reviews and dead times. I will
sign up as left back for 4 years. Adam said he's going to sign up as left back for us.
Adam's supposed to be taking his pilot license. Listen,
oh wow! Good luck.
You are at the bottom. You're right at the bottom, Adam.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. So that could drastically change. A couple of good picks.
That's in Dinos for sure. That's who I'm sat looking at. Good night at all times, and take care. Right, well, look, guys, thank you very much, Russell, for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. Really
good. I've enjoyed the Leeds chat and the fantasy football, and I look forward to the deadline.
Yeah, have you noticed? Is it me, or isn't there quite as much to talk about via FPL in like there was last season? There seem to be a lot more to talk about last season.
Well, maybe because a lot of the more players we have in the league are a bit more clued up.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, I think there could be that's an angle. There's a lot of people that probably don't look for. They can figure it out themselves though.
Yeah, well, Lee can. Speaking about Lee, where's Lee tonight? Lee will be asleep, man. But yeah, Lee's all clued up. Lee knows exactly what he's doing with his team. He's well happy. Great, good stream as always, guys. Cheers, Peacock Whites. If you haven't already checked him out, please go check Peacock Whites of the UFC out.
Nice to meet you. He's my one subscriber, isn't he?
Yes, he wanted to subscribe to your channel. See you on Friday. You will have been there.
We can pretend.
You will. well, look, guys, thank you very much for watching this edition of Sable Tim's. Even though he ain't here, I'm still going to say it. There's only one thing left to say. It's a goodbye from me.
It's a goodbye from me.
Take care, everybody. Enjoy your evening and speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.
See you later, guys. Bye.